So Will, what's your first memory on a sailing boat?
My first memory on a sailing boat, I think, would have to be in the, must have been about 3 or 4, I think 4, and I was in the San Francisco Bay with my parents, just chartering a yacht for the day. And I think I absolutely hated it. I don't think I wanted to go on deck all day. I didn't enjoy the feeling of the boat moving around, and yeah, obviously that changed a few years later when I first went sailing in dinghies in the UK. But I think that was my first memory, probably.
All right. And what was the key moment in your life that made you realize you really wanted to become a professional sailor?
I'm not sure if there's actually a key moment that I wanted to do it. I've always been super into sailing, you know, following it and doing it as a sport. I think it was probably the moment when I was about 19 or 20 that I realized that you could make it a job, that it was possible to be a professional sailor when I heard of something called a yacht master, and and yacht master qualification, and how you could Google it and how to do it and how to become a skipper. And then in doing this Google, I realized that people get paid to go sailing, and I decided I wanted to try and do that. And then I realized that you could do the racing with the sailing as well, and I thought that was even cooler. And yeah, then ended up here.
So it's been now 7 years.
That was probably when I was 19, so 10 years ago now.
10 years, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so I just finished the dinghy sailing, gone to university, and then realised that I can actually go sailing for a living, so decided I'd give it a go.
And you're happy about that choice?
Yeah, well, it's going alright so far. Doing some pretty amazing adventures, but I gave myself 1 year after university. I said I have 1 year to try and make it, you know, to try and go sailing for a job, and if I feel like I'm going up like this, then I carry on, and if I feel like it goes like this or like this, then I stop. I go get a job like my other friends, but so far it's still going like this. I do bigger adventures each year. So.
And now you are in the Southern Ocean for the first time?
First time for me, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I think what really made me feel that I was in the Southern Ocean was the first time we went on deck, when we looked on the map and we'd seen, you know, we're right in between Africa and Australia, and about 3,000 miles from both of them, and it was absolutely freezing, and you go on deck and you realise that there's no one else here except the birds. You're the most remote humans there could be, that civilization is just so far away. And I think I found it kind of daunting at first. It was in the first week of the race, and I think we'd been busy fixing the mast and stuff, and suddenly I'd had time to think about the fact that we're where we are, and it's a strange feeling. I found it really weird to think, you know, if we have any problems, if whatever's happening, we've got to figure it out by ourselves, because we're basically the only humans down here. And I found that quite daunting, but very very special feeling as well. So not many people get to experience this, I think, and that's what makes it really special. So, but I like it. It's amazing conditions so far. I think it's treated us too nicely so far.
Today it's cool, huh?
Yeah. It's perfect conditions, flat water. It hasn't always been this, but I'm sure the Atlantic will have some more in for us. Sorry, the Pacific.
Pacific, yeah.
Yeah.
Now we first have to finish the Indian.
We need to finish Indian and then Pacific, and then we can go to the Atlantic. We've done the Atlantic.
Yeah.
But so far so good.
Good.
Gaining miles, catching up. Slowly working our way back towards the top. And that's what we've got to do.
Yeah.
You've got to like pick away at it. Every mile counts. And we have a great team. To think when we first realised about the mast, we were thinking of turning around, and to now think we're pushing to try and overtake second is super cool.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the boat at 100%. We've overcome some huge hurdles in terms of fixing the boat, and it's really cool to see the team so positive about it and to be like fighting in this race, which is a few days ago was way more than we could have asked for. So we've got to make the most of the opportunity.
It's already rewarding.
Yes. Yeah. Team's very positive. That's good. Most important bit.
Yeah. So Nico, what's your first memory on a boat, on a sailing boat?
My first memory on a boat is with my parents when I was a kid, very young. This is how I learned sailing with my parents, especially my father. And they had a boat and we did some cruising every weekend on holidays as well.
So you were about what, 3-4 years old?
It's hard to know exactly at what age it was. Maybe a bit later. I have been sailing since I am a very young kid. Since I am a baby, but I not necessarily remember that moment. But for sure I was very young.
And what's the key moment in your life that made you decide to become a professional sailor?
I think that key moment in my life was when I did my first Solitaire du Figaro. I did my first Solitaire du Figaro. To be honest, I didn't know at that time at all if I would like it, if I would be good enough to continue. But I had the opportunity to do my first Solitaire du Figaro. I took that opportunity and I think straight, probably after the first night at sea, in my mind I say, okay, I want to do that more than one time.
And that was how many years ago?
It was in 2007, 15 years ago.
And today you still have the same desire of sailing?
Yes, sure. It's a different desire because then it's different boats, different races, but yeah.
And how is the Southern Ocean for the moment for you here?
For now the Southern Ocean is very nice with us. I hope it's going to continue like that for a bit.
Merci.